you know about that? I recently tried to check my credit online for free. I was lured by spam to do so, and I realized that it's extremely hard to get a free and accurate look at your credit, much less what to do with the information once you get it. So I hired a credit advisor, Julie Rowland, and she's here today to help me explain to you what all these credit checks mean and how to actually get an idea of what your credit is. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Kat.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
I know that you can help explain this better than I can, so let's get into it. I looked on Google once I was lured by the spam to see actually if I could get a free credit report, and I entered in free credit check into spam, and I got over into Google, and I got over 8 million results. It's crazy.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Big business, huh?
Huge. Lots of money.
When I did this, I actually clicked on this one here, the consumer credit info one, and I spent like $30, and I got a credit report that was pages and pages long, and I brought it into you, and you kind of laughed, right?
Yeah.
Why did you laugh?
Well, typically, all these spams out there of pulling your credit report, they usually don't have the most accurate information. The only place you're really going to get accurate stuff on your credit report is at the 3 main credit bureaus themselves or at the Fair Isaac and Company credit website.
Cool. So let's take a look at those. But before we get into that, I want to know why I care about having good credit.
Because you can't do anything in this world without good credit. You can't buy a car, can't get a credit card, can't buy a home.
Right.
If you ever want to make any money in this world, usually real estate is the way to go, and the only way to do that was a good credit score.
Okay, all right. Now that I'm freaked out, let's take a look at the 3 different credit bureaus. Now, the first one is the Equifax. And I've noticed on all of the different bureaus' websites that I can get a 3-in-1 credit report.
That's right.
Now, do you suggest that I just go ahead and get a 3-in-1 at the first one, or how should I do it?
I wouldn't, actually. If I'm going to get a 3-in-1 credit report, the only report I personally would use is one from a lender itself. I personally think anything you get on the web you're going to be leery about personally. So if you have a lender that you can work with, I would definitely get it there.
Now, can I just go to any lender's office and say, hey, I'm thinking about getting a house or whatever, can you help me with
You
this?
can, or you can go to, say, like my company actually can help you pull a lending credit report with 3 credit bureaus reports as well as the FICO scores, which is what lending uses to determine your loans, and go over it with a credit expert to understand your credit report before you even go to a lender.
Okay, cool. Now, so the 3-in-1 reports are, you pay one flat rate to get all 3 credit bureaus. Here, let me show you theirs. To get all 3 credit bureaus and your score.
Right.
And that you're saying that's not going to work.
Well, you're not going to get an accurate credit score, first of all.
Sorry?
That's okay.
Why are there 3 different bureaus?
Well, there's 3 different bureaus because just like the law of statistics, you want to get a basis of all different data. Not every creditor reports to all 3 credit bureaus because they pay to report. So say like Chase Manhattan Credit Card Company only reports to Equifax and Experian because they don't want to have to pay for all 3. So what it is with all 3 credit reports, you get a more accurate picture of what your real credit history looks like.
Okay. Cool. So now let's check out Experian. Again, each one of them offers these 3-in-1 deals, which I'm not going to go for. I can get the individual reports from each one, and they cost about $10. Too bad I can't just get a 3-in-1 from one of them, but you're saying not to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Once I get my credit report, say I got this sample, I'm looking at a sample here from Experian, it's so confusing.
Yes, it is.
What is it all, like, what is it? What does it mean? Why do they make it so confusing, Julie?
They make it confusing because it's a lot of formulas, it's statistics, it's math going into it, and also they like to make it confusing because then nobody calls them and holds them accountable for the bad stuff that's on there.
Oh my gosh, so what do you do if you have bad stuff on your credit to get rid of them? Do you call up each person and say, hey, get rid of this? Or?
Well, it's not really worth your time to attempt to do it yourself, only because a lot of times you can actually cause more harm than good. I highly suggest talking to a credit expert. Talk to a lender and find out if they're working with someone specific, because that's how you're going to get someone accurate to be able to go over the report with you and tell you what you need to do.
And then that's how I'll be able to get a free report, actually, right?
Actually, yes. A lender would be able to provide you an accurate report, which would be the most important information because it has all 3 bureaus on it, as well as a FICO score.
Okay, let's check out myfico.com.
Okay.
Now, you told me earlier that if I'm going to get a 3-in-1 anywhere, or even check my credit, you're saying this is where I should do it instead.
Yes, without a lender, if you're not going to use a lender, I would go to myfico.com because it does actually have more accurate FICO scores and a tri-merge report.
I just think it's crazy that the scores can vary so much depending on where you're checking. So I would even be afraid to do this.
I'm afraid to do anything online personally. That's why I trust lending, because if you're going to go to a lender, buy a home, or go to an auto dealership and buy a car, that's the report they're going to use to determine your loan anyway. So you want to make sure that's the most accurate.
Okay, and so, but again, if there is some place to look at basically what I'm dealing with here, that I can go to something like Equifax, go to something like my FICO and get that score.
I would, yeah. That would be the safest thing to do if you're going to do it online.
All right, and so here we can get the actual number. All right, Julie, thank you very much. Now, your email address is on our website, right?
Yes.
So if anyone's in the Bay Area, they could contact you to get some help.
Anyone from anywhere can contact us to get the report.
That's a big bag of beans you're opening up there, Julie. Our audience is pretty crazy, but
I can handle it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and trust Julie. I trust her. I'm trying to get some things figured out now, and it's going to work. It's scary though, but you'll find all the details on our website, and that'll help you calm down a little bit. TechTV.com/call for help. Send me an email, kat@techtv.com, if you're scared. We can be scared together.